I think what is the most important thing is that we build the capacity to address the sugarcane genome. And this was a parallel investment. It was an investment on building the technology, and we needed to have the technology that we have nowadays that can produce lots of reads, deep sequence, and with that we can assemble the genome. This was not possible by the end of the 90s, neither on the early 2000. But then what we did is that we assembled a group in the state of São Paulo to study the SP80-3280, which is one of the varieties that was very important at commercial level, but it's also used in breeding programs. So we wanted to understand what are the genes that are present in this genome and what are the characteristics of this genome to improve and to help or to give information to the breeders to use. We have different approaches, and these approaches are combinatorial. I think from the presentations we had and from the timeline, I would say that it's about 10 years of work from building the strategy, using previous information, joining the information available, and starting to sequence. What are the informations that are relevant that are coming up? The genome is very diverse, and when we compare the sugarcane from the SP80, the sugarcane genome from SP80-3280, that is a Brazilian commercial cultivar, with the R570, which is an Australian commercial variety, the two genomes have genes that are very similar, but they have differences between them that make them relevant to their breeding systems, and what are the characteristics that they are bringing in for the breeders in terms of high sucrose content, what is the lignin content. But this information alone, only the sequence of the sugarcane genome, is not enough. And what we have seen through the construction of the BIOEN program is that bringing the information from physiology, plant physiology, bringing the information from the breeding programs, bringing the information from molecular biologists, plant microbe interactions, all of this help us to understand how sugarcane adapts itself to the environment and what are the most important characteristics that we have to pay attention. I think as a whole, we are building a framework to help improving the efficiency of sugarcane in the field, and also to learn a lot of building up knowledge on a very special adaptation that is having high sucrose in the stem, which is not normal for a plant, because when you have a lot of sucrose on your organism, you look like a diabetic person, right? Sugarcane is sort of a diabetic plant because it has high levels of sucrose in the stem. And it has to deal with that to live and produce a descendants and flower. So this adaptation to the field is very important to understand how it works. And it's completely different from the way maize accumulate starch, and completely different from the way that rice accumulates starch. Sugarcane does not accumulate starch. It accumulates sucrose on the stem.